Hello, it's about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm still jamming. Well, I thought of a story that's in my list of experiences with being a sales rep for Lockheed, Georgia at the time. Lockheed, Georgia. Lockheed later became Lockheed Martin, but this is when Lockheed was separate, and we had a Lockheed California and a Lockheed, Georgia. And I worked for Georgia, and we were selling C-130s, and I was given the territory of Central Europe, and which meant Austria was in my responsibility. There was very little chance of selling an airplane in Austria, but we never quit trying. I was in Vienna one cold winter day. It was a weekend, and it was cloudy and pretty boring in Vienna. When it's cloudy and a weekend, you don't have nothing to do. So I thought I'd go see the Lipizan horses. That's beautiful white horses that dance around, amazing display of animal man togetherness making a dance, and it was wonderful to see it. And I looked down in front of me and I saw a guy that I recognized, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Sitting with him was a young boy, a young man, and a young girl. And they were talking, and he was explaining the Lipizans to them and speaking in English, so I could hear a little bit of it. And I just kept looking at that man, and I said, I know that man. I know him. Well, the show was over, and I left. And I decided to go to the opera that night. Vienna Opera House is close by. I went to the opera. It was beautiful. Don't remember exactly which one it was. But across the street from the opera house is a soccer hotel. The soccer hotel is famous for the soccer torte, which is a beautiful tasting cake kind of thing. And I guess it's known worldwide. So I thought I'd go over and have a soccer torte and a cup of coffee after the opera. And I walk in, and there's that man. There's that man, that same man. So I walk over to him and I said, Sir, please excuse me, but I know you from somewhere. And he said, well, I'm Christopher Plummer. Christopher Plummer from The Sound of Music? Yes. And who are you? I said, well, I'm Bill Perkins from just here on business, and I saw you at the Lipizan today, and I just thought I recognized you, and here you are again, and I'm so sorry for bothering you. He said, no, have a seat. Let's have a cup of coffee. I said, okay, I will, sir. Thank you. I said, I saw you with two young people. He said, yeah, we're here filming a movie. He said, unfortunately, in this movie, I'm the bad guy. I'm the KGB agent. movie starts with the young boy that you saw me with shooting his girlfriend who you saw me with in the head. I said, oh. He said, yeah, it's kind of a dramatic movie. And I said, Mr. Plummer, I'm just so grateful for you to take some time with me. I'll leave you alone if you'll allow me to say thank you and pay for this coffee. He said, no, I got it. I'm staying here at the soccer hotel. I said, well, I'm not. I'm down at the Intercontinental, so I've got a few blocks to walk. He said, okay, and we said goodbye. So I walked down, and I'm just thinking, I can't believe I just met Christopher Plummer. I walk on down, and on the way to the Intercontinental Hotel, you go down the street from the soccer hotel, and you take a left. You go by the Air France ticket office, which is totally plexiglass or glass. You could see, like a lot of ticket offices, you can see inside. You go down another block to Anagasa, and you turn right. You walk through the alleys, and you get down to the Central Park, and then at the end of that is the Intercontinental Hotel. I'm about halfway down to the hotel, and a big explosion. Kaboom. I mean, it rattled the whole place. So I keep walking. Then you hear sirens going on. I said, something's up. I get about 1/2 a block from the hotel, and you hear a kaboom. Another explosion. Loud. I get to the hotel, and I ask the concierge, what's going on? What is this noise? He said, I just turned on the news. It's somebody blew the Air France ticket office up. The one I just walked by. I said, oh, what about the second explosion? The embassy, the French embassy entrance was blown up. I said, somebody's got it out for the French, huh? He said, yeah, I think so. So I get my room, go to sleep, get up the next morning, and I get on the plane, and I head to Paris. I get to Paris. I go to the Lockheed office in Paris. Great office, great people. And my hotel that I stayed at, Queen Elizabeth Hotel, a little small place, was down below the office. So I checked in the hotel, and I went up and checked in the office, because that's what you did. When you came to Paris, you checked in the office right away. And Jackie was our secretary, wonderful lady. I said, Jackie, I'm going down to get me some couscous at my favorite couscous restaurant. She said, don't bother. It was blown up this morning at 9 o'clock. No kidding. Yeah. Car bomb. They weren't after the restaurant. They were after the second floor tenant, which was an Iraqi newspaper. And the car that they found that had the bomb in it was rented in Vienna the night before. And they drove all the way to Paris that night and blew it up at your restaurant and killed a lady, a pregnant lady. But they set the bomb off to be timed where everybody would be coming out of the metro. But they missed about 5 minutes. So I walked down there. And sure enough, my couscous restaurant was gone. Now let me ask you, what was going on about France? Well, it was during the Iran-Iraq War, and France was supplying Saddam Hussein of Iraq with all kinds of weapons. And the bombing in Vienna of the Air France ticket office that I just walked by, and the bombing of my restaurant, and the bombing of the French embassy in Vienna was all related to that war. That was too close for comfort for me. The good Lord was watching after me. Had I stayed with Christopher Plummer 2 more minutes, 3 more minutes, that bomb would have gone off right when I walked by that ticket office. The Lord was with me. And that's my story. My story about too close for comfort.